Hey guys, the name is Kris Barocsi. Welcome to Gear Corner. Today, I want to do something that hopefully inspires you to try out different things with your guitar rig. Today, I want to show you my 5 favorite pedal tricks. Give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what I'm doing here. And of course, don't forget about the description box under the video, which is full of timestamps, additional info, signal chain, gear links, all that kind of fun stuff. First pedal trick, using an EQ pedal in front or after the overdrive. If you put the EQ pedal in front of the overdrive, you'll have a more subtle effect and you can sort of shape the character of that overdrive, whether it's an amp, overdriving, or a pedal. Also, it's very important to mention that this way you can control the low end and the muddiness of that overdrive way better than if the EQ was behind that drive. If you put the EQ after the drive, you can expect some radical EQ changes. You can use this for some crazy effects and the good old telephone sound. You can make the guitar sound super tiny. Or very warm and sort of barely hearable for some tension, like building up tension in songs or whatever, like effects. It's also really cool about an EQ pedal after the drive is that you can use it for volume jumps or cuts, which is really cool if you want to use it for, let's say, a solo boost. Number 2, you can do a talkbox trick with a wah. This is my Crybaby Mini, and on a vintage setting, it has a very nice and traditional wah sound, and I'll be using that vintage setting to show you what I mean. This works with most wahs, but it does have to have a certain vocalness to it. So if it's a too radical wah, it might not work. The Bad Horsey from Morley, which is the Steve Vai signature wah, this is very subtle, so it will not do this. But actually, you can get away with a sort of traditional voiced wah pedal as a talkbox substitute if it's just about 1 or 2 parts in 1 or 2 songs. The trick is that you should never go completely heel down or toe down on the wah. You should stick to the middle where the the darkness sort of starts to disappear and turns into this wah, and then just stick to that middle section of the wah. Don't go full on, and don't go full on, because that, of course, sounds very much like a wah. It actually does sound like wow, wow, like if you shaped that voice with your mouth, which is essentially what a talk box does. It's obviously not a fake talk box. It sounds still like a wah. But if you hear this sound in a band, especially when you're playing songs that are very well known for that talk box sound, Bon Jovi, you can really get away with this little trick. Number 3, how to make a muddy distortion sound tight. Well, it's pretty simple. Lower the gain on it until it's not muddy anymore, and then throw a mid-focused overdrive with a sort of a bass cut in front of it. Any OD1, SD1 kind of pedal will do, any Tube Screamer kind of pedal will do. This is the Keeley Superfat mod, which is a great blues driver-y kind of pedal. I love it for its low to mid gain sound. This is gain at 12 o'clock. It's awesome, it's perfect. But if you crank the gain, it's pretty muddy. It's obviously not a modern heavy pedal. But what if you had something like this and you wanted to create a more tight, I don't know, more contemporary rock sound, let's put it this way. This is what you do. It's pretty tight at this point, and now I just throw the OD1 in front of it. Number 4, you can use a delay instead of a reverb. All you need is warm repeat, so analog delays and tape delays will be best for this. And go way back with the mix. Go for a couple of repeats, not just 1 or 2. Probably a bit more will just sound more natural. And make that delay time shorter until you find that sweet spot. This is the Warmoth Audio Mako D1, one of my favorite delay pedals on the Venice setting, and this is how that sounds. Last but not least, number 5 is using a very subtle phaser for a big and mean heavy sound. Dimebag Darrell used to do this trick, and what it creates is an interesting and very three-dimensional and moving wall of sound. This was a mono phaser, the Warmoth Audio Lillian. If you want to have the full effect of this hugeness and that subtle phaser effect on heavy sounds, you should go for a stereo phaser. That gives you the biggest sound actually. And if you're running a 2-amp setup, or let's say a multi-effect with a stereo output, or you're recording guitar and you have like a double-tracked, one left, one right track, you can use a stereo phaser, and that is what I recommend trying out if you have any chance of doing so. Massive sound. It's such a fun, groovy tone. I'd love to know what you guys do with your pedals. Is there anything that you sort of figured out yourself? Any kind of a guitar rig trick you want to share would be highly appreciated in the comment section. See you down there. I'll be there checking out your comments, answering whatever I can. You guys take it easy. We'll see each other in a week, and I'll be back. Bye-bye.